Liberal government got a lot of slack for changing a public safety report for seemingly political partisan reasons, and now they're at it again. It was just the other week when the Liberal government got a lot of criticism for revising the annual Public Safety Report on terrorist threats to Canada to remove references to Sikh Khalistani extremism. A number of activists got pretty upset in the Sikh community and said, why have you put this in this report about threats that Canada is facing? Justin Trudeau and others will not be allowed to march and participate in our various cultural events and holy days and celebrations unless you take this out. And then rather troublingly, the Liberals did take it out just a day before big celebrations in BC that Justin Trudeau was set to attend. It certainly looked like it was vote pandering and incredibly reckless approach to public safety issues, and it was decried by a lot of experts and national security analysts across the country. So you'd think they would have learned their lesson, right? Wrong. Now they've made another change. This one is just unbelievable. Because when you look at the actual security landscape, Sikh extremism does not seem to be a major issue that Canada is facing right now. It hasn't resulted in recent attacks and deaths and so forth in our country. But if security experts thought it was necessary to include a small reference to it, which is all this was in the report, it was a pretty small reference to it, then so be it. That is what people monitoring the intelligence situation determined. The one thing we cannot deny, though, is that there is a challenge with radical Sunni Islam, correct? I mean, we have dozens of people who in recent years have gone abroad to wage jihad with ISIS and other terror groups. They've come back to Canada. We've been discussing this in the news a great deal. That is established fact, is it not? And now we have dozens of people, at least 60 of them, who are walking around on Canadian soil. ISIS returnees. Only a couple of them have been prosecuted. We're having a whole national conversation about that, right? Well, apparently memory doesn't serve me well, and apparently that just didn't happen or something, because this report previously, both the original version and the version that was revised to take out the Sikh reference, it did say one of the biggest threats to Canada right now was violent Sunni Islamist ideology. Now, it's pretty clear that Islamist and violent, it's making it clear they don't mean just regular Sunnis, they mean Islamists, which is a very extreme radical interpretation, and violent, meaning it's not even having those thoughts, but people going about and doing this stuff violently. So it was a pretty narrow description there, not at all maligning all members of Sunni Islam in Canada. Well, the report went offline, it was changed, and now it has taken those references out. And now more security analysts are looking at this, not the ones in government, of course, but the people who are able to talk freely about this, saying, what is going on? Two big changes to this document, seemingly for what? For partisan reasons, to win favor with different voting groups. It's incredibly frustrating to see this happen not once, not twice. After the government was called out and shamed for the first time, shamelessly, they go back and do it again.